Maniac trying to cut off these rotations. He's going to be able to drop Ape. This forced Def to turn around and deal with this.
But Surreal
Yeah.
actually finds Katie and Def. Gonna find him kill as well. And Glaze all by himself as he bomb down. And then, oh, he's gonna find one kill off the Android. And no way. That's ridiculous because
That
Surreal just stuck the bomb.
Yeah, we mentioned at the beginning, he bought that smoke, and he saved that perfectly
Yeah,
to the
the
last
yes.
moment. And if he didn't have that smoke, I think that was the round for sure for Rogue.
Yeah, kill my teammates, but I'm gonna take the objective.
Yeah. And that was just perfect complexity, double peeking Glaze and forcing him into one of those situations where he had to deal with the player shooting at him before dealing with the bomb diffuser. Now, complexity getting the first round, and this is huge for them, as it's going to allow them to get a staple 30 rounds, hopefully, unless Rogue pulls something out of their hats. It is just going to be pistols across the board for Rogue.
Android up start this off, keeping actually Katie and Maniac at bay, as they do have the bomb down on a default, as they did lose pistol round. And honestly, it'll be very slow play, and we do see Glocks coming into the second round. It's going to be Tensky, not going to really buy too much, but a smoke, so hopefully see where that smoke goes, as he is towards the A side.
Yeah, complexity just playing a nice slow round here. Going to be using the range of their weapons, but an MP9 from Def and window room, and I don't think he's going to peek top mid with that one. He's going to be holding for any underpass push. Spot Glaze, and at range, Glaze with the Eagle's going to have the advantage with this one. As there's a minute on the clock, bomb starting to head towards A ramp, and complexity a little spread thing towards A. This is doable now for Rogue.
Yeah, 4 players, almost 5. They're gonna make their way into the A side, as it is gonna be set up. Complexity trying to hold this off, and Surreal's gonna find one, but he gets traded off right by Tensky, and Uber is actually gonna find a kill towards Cadian, and A side's pretty open, but bomb's gonna be down, and Uber trying to, oh, I think he dinks Def a little bit, but just gonna give him a rub on the back, as so far Android's gonna pick up a kill on the Maniac, and honestly, Tensky's all by himself as he tries to capitalize, and Android actually finds 3 frags.
And it's good to see the complexity boys here late, up early. I think they came into the venue, or even early. I think they're here at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. They came in. And
yeah, they got to get that
they sat down early. So it's nice to see them actually getting loud and getting the energy going here in the building. 2-0 right now, as it will probably be a third round as Rogue. Bomb plant. AK is a little bit of utility to work with.
Oh, yes, right.
And 2 SMGs in complexity. I think they are going to be expecting this buy as Android. They're going to get aggressive in Rogue. We saw this against Timer. They love to leave the bomb top mid. Nice trade for Def, though, considering you only had an MP9.
Yeah, that money trade, right? So Android, like you said, really aggressive. He's going to be joined by Ape, who's actually going to be towards Cap, but regardless, HS trying to pick off, believe that Surreal. Glaze going to find Uber. And so far, still a default for Team Rogue as they look for picks. It's a man advantage for Team Rogue.
Yeah, and the one main issue Rogue had against C9 on this map is they'd like spreading themselves thin and leave bombs towards top mid, but they'd get themselves in such these situations just as this, where HS is already on site and the bomb's not here. And it's just so much time for complexity to rotate, and Rogue's still going to continue to get the bomb and bring it over here. And it just gives complexity so much more chance in this round that there wouldn't be there if the bomb was already on site.
Yeah, Cadian with the bomb. He's also going to be joined by Tansky as they look to make their way towards connector and possibly actually wrap towards A. But honestly, this side was briefly clear, but there's only 2 players of complexity towards the A site, and that's going to be 8, followed by Android. But Surreal sitting really low, and Android's going to fall from the CT side, and so far looking good for Team Rogue as they get the bomb down. But Ape is going to find a kill to Tensky, and Surreal's going to get shut right down, and Ape, 19 HP. I don't think he's going to go for this at all.
Nah, he gets the AK, gets out of dodge, going to be trying to save this armor as well with it, as complexity going to be going still with the lead 2-1, but that's just Rogue coming out with those AKs after getting that bomb plant. Nice default pick apart there coming out from them as they are able to trade effectively at the beginning of the round, which allowed them to give them more room to wiggle with and force complexity in these awkward rotating situations, and complexity unable to close it out with these rotations. So we're going to see Rogue get around on the board, and if complexity aren't careful, this might just start to run away from them, as next round it's going to be a little weird kitchen sink gets by.
Yeah, so third round going in favor of Team Rogue, and yeah, this just makes the money situation really awkward because, you know, on the pistol round, Team Rogue got the bomb down, but unfortunately lost it to Surreal's diffuse kit and smoke. But regardless, we're going to third round, fourth round. And
yeah, like you said, it's going to be a little awkward. 5th round is a viable round for Complexity, but they only have an AK on Ape who did save. And honestly, we're going to see the AK going to be joined by Android. Actually, they're stacked right up.
Yeah. Again, Rogue love playing this default. Player towards Palace, one holding the A-ramp push from T-spawn. Bomb just off towards that ladder area, and 2 towards the apartments. And they just play the slow, methodical, pick you apart style. They make some noise towards towards B site. Complex members start to change positions up at A, thinking the push might come up mid, even try to get up con. And then this is where HS is just allowed to pounce, and if he's lucky, he might be able to catch Def off guard.
Yeah, so HS on the lurker roll, but regardless, of Maniac is going to get chipped down by Uber and Def. Here comes the mixtape, and he's going to doesn't want to hear any of that. So Surreal, though, looking to find a trade, but he's actually in a position to position himself. But Uber gets to find another kill as he gets traded off, and Ape's going to fall as well as he gets caught in the smoke. But Android going to be able to pick up an AK. And so far, though, Surreal, he doesn't really have much to work with as he only has a USP in A site.
Yeah.
And the 3 members of Team Rogue looking to migrate towards the A side.
Yeah, and this is where Rogue's strat of leaving the bomb towards top mid just pays off for them. They get the opening frags, and with time on the board, it allows them to fall back, pick it up, and forcing Complexity members to be a little confused as to what's happening. And Surreal going to get smoked off. Android with his AK going to be running around back to jungle as well. And it looks
honestly,
they need to get to site now with 15 seconds.
Park got double up here. Surreal on the edge of the smoke. You can see it caught right down. Now Android can't come up big. He's spraying right through the smoke, but he switches to Deagle. Manages to get the tag, but no kill.
No, he did get the tag. And 2-2 now. And as you mentioned, 5th round bye will be coming out from Complexity. No ops yet in play so far this game. And it is, I guess, a little late. It's typically you would have seen one already in play. But both teams want to just press the issue with the economy.
Yep, indeed. And the loss for Android, not what he really wants. No head armor because it's not needed for the CTs as the AK 2 OP. But Maniac, though, has a SMG. That's going to be the MAC-10. Canadian with the op, going to make his way towards the middle, looking for some picks. And HS, a little pushed up, but he's going to be kept at bay with that ramp smoke.
Yeah, and the bomb's still left towards T-spawn. Rogue going to be playing another slow default, a little bit of a different setup this time as Tensky towards Palace, seeing what he can do. HS walking out as Uber on default, unable to shoulder peek that and spot it. And it looks like, look how far HS has gotten up. Uber completely off guard. Def will finally get the return frag, but it's a little too late. Surreal going to find HS, and now with 1:07 on the clock, Complexity able to trade effectively towards A.
But Maniac doesn't even need to use his MAC-10. He's going to pick up an upgrade, and he's just going to be lurking. So he just needs to hold this angle as Ape and Android 2v3 situation. The bomb on the back of Cadian as he has the op, but Cadian looking back at his teammate. Yep, I'm good from behind, and regardless though, Ape has still 2 flashes in the smoke, and he's going to go down right away. So Android gets taken down to 1 HP. The Tensky finishes the job, so that's going to be 2-3. That's going to put these guys into an awkward eco.
Yeah, it's going to be one of these rounds where they're probably going to contemplate a couple sets of armor, maybe some pistol upgrades, or just straight up just a flat save. So they are just going to go for some pistol upgrades, possibly some utility. Yeah, as Def is going to pick up a flashbang. So we might be able to just see a 5-man push somewhere, see if they are going to be able to catch Rogue off guard in this default setup they've been going. A 1-4 split is really what Rogue really likes to be doing, and there you have it, is a 1-4 split, bomb back towards spawn. And I wish they would just bring the bomb with them, as it just forces them to gain control and give up another member that can use to trade effectively get the bomb. But at this point in the stage, I suppose it doesn't really matter. It's just pistols from Complexity.
Yeah, honestly, looking at how the players are moving right now on the mini-map, it's probably going to be HS who's going to pick up the bomb, as he is watching Big Flank from T-spawn.
Yeah, he ran back right off the get-go. Yeah.
So, and hello, I can hear you now.
It's nice, eh?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, it was rough for a bit. It was a struggle.
Yeah, so regardless, still, all 10 players still up, but it's an eco round for Complexity, and they've just got CZs and P250s and their dreams.
It's always nice when you have your dreams.
Yep. How big can they dream, though? So, Tensky looking for an entry here as he slowly peeks towards the connector. Android on the other side, followed by Surreal. Smoke going to come down, but that's not going to cover him. But Android takes a little bit of damage, and Surreal's going to react right away. And Android through the smoke finds that kill. But HS is going to find Surreal. Cadian, 1 HP.
What is going on?
He's struggling. He didn't know what to do.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
uh-oh, they're coming from mid, they're coming, and he just dies. So,
Oh man, this
and
round.
then Maniac.
This is the slow play from Rogue breaking down to the pistols of Complexity, and this is where Rogue just get picked apart is when they leave time on the clock and give Complexity time to read into what they're doing. And Ape now with an op towards Catwalk, this retake is completely doable as Glace is full blind in the smoke, and they know this, but they're unable to find him. And this round is just so hectic.
Pop flash for Glace as he sits towards Get Right, but Def, blinded, and Ape's going to fall back off. As, look, they picked up Cadian's op, and Def's going to pick up an AK, so a pretty good round for Complexity to get these 2 rifles. Very expensive rifles. They're going to make that into the 7th round, as we're going to see 2 to 4 for Team Rogue.
Yeah, good for Complexity to be able to drop that off of Cadian, who seemed, as you mentioned, a little lost on Catwalk, and Complexity going to put him back into his place, as it is going to be 4-2 now. Rogue turning this around after the nice hot start coming up from coL. Haven't heard him shout since this happened, and Rogue has built a strong economy for themselves, 7,000 on Maniac. So even with losing this round, they're still going to be able to get a strong buy and another round with an op. But here we go with Complexity, and this is the first time we're going to see Surreal with an op on his own CT side. I'm excited to see if he's going to be able to work himself around the map and see if he is going to be able to be this float-around dangerous opper that's hard to read.
Yep, indeed. And Surreal says hello,
Oh, no.
but Cadian, that pop flash from his teammate, finds that kill, assisting him with that. And Cadian looking for another pick, as right below him is going to be Android, and Android's going to throw that Incendiary. That's going to keep them at bay. And once again, very slow play, very default play from Team Rogue for this map on T side. You know, find a pick, keep the bomb back at T spawn, have the family watch everything, and work their way.
You know what surprises me the most, though, right now is the fact that Rogue decides to repick this map. Granted, they are up right now, but after watching that C9 game, I feel like it was a very Pug-esque style coming out from Rogue. It wasn't anything to show, and I feel like they got figured out. And if Complexity did watch that game, a lot of what Rogue has pulled out so far has been fairly similar to what they attempted against C9. And I guess it just comes down to Complexity know what they're going to do, but it comes down to this raw aim of Rogue that just able to out-aim these members of Complexity so far. As just proof here is Cadian gets the opening frag on Surreal early on, and that withering down on the clock before this execution again.
Yeah, that Cadian kill, though, was assisted with that flash. They're going to come right out, and Def is going to answer back, make you eat your words as he finds
Ouch.
2 kills, but he gets finally traded off, and Cadian can miss his shot onto Uber. Uber just needs to wait for this rotate. It's equalized out to 3v3 as the bomb on the back of Cadian. Keep in mind, he is going to be playing the bomb, but that's an op that's going to be denied for those 5 seconds he needs to plant the bomb. 4 seconds. And
Yeah.
Ape, the AWP, going to get tagged up, but contemplating
They're
as he
scared.
No, the bomb hasn't been planted, Seaside. Now it's finally going to be planted, and now they're going to come, and Ape's going to find him open to kill. Finds a second kill, and Ape finds his opening, but it's a Maniac here in a 1v3 situation as he spots Uber, but Android's going to finish it. And that's going to be 3-4.
Yeah, great play coming out from Complexity. They're able to just put enough pressure on Rogue to make them feel extremely self-conscious and scared to get across the site, and their trades came through for Complexity. Ape coming up huge for the squad. They're able to play from jungle. As Rogue, you noticed, they threw their smokes and still decided to just sit and wait until the point where they dissipated and allowed Complexity just not to have to feel any pressure and sit back.
Here, let me ask you this, Seaside. Now, you have your Opera, right?
Yep.
He has a very big role, but why does he have the bomb? Going into the site?
Yeah,
You know, but let's, without further ado, Ape's going to find a kill to Glaze as HS trades him out. And the bomb's going to be actually down towards mid, but regardless, so we're going to get back to that point,
Yeah, we
though,
will. We'll get back to that
as
one.
the action is going to commence. And so far, you know, 4v4, as Maniac looking to get back control towards the upper B side, the apartments.
And what's interesting to me right now is Glace not feeling too hot with his own op. It's actually going to be HS right off the get-go of this round going to have the op in his hands. So we haven't seen this change up yet out of Rogue, or unknown
Actually,
as HS.
Cadian's been opping.
Yeah, Cadian's been opping,
yeah.
so this time it's HS, and it's an interesting decision. So possibly he's not feeling it with the IGL role at the same time currently, as now they're in this weird transition phase right now where Rogue's economy is in a weird phase as there's HS to find a nice shot on Uber. Great crosshair placement there in the middle of sight, and time's ticking down again, and Rogue looking like they're going to want more time on the clock this time.
Yeah, no Def though, he's in the stairs and no one to cover his back as Maniac with a good kill. Looking at some damage to Android, but Android answers back, finding that trade. But it's down to a 2v3 with retake situation. Surreal needs to come up with his op if they really want to win this round. But he is going to be smoked right off, and HS is going to shut down Android. And so far, HS with 3 frags under his belt, as Surreal just needs to funnel his way out of the situation.
Yeah, he's going to be dropping all his utility there towards CT, trying to get a dodge.
Oh, but he could get cut off here. Oh, he just on the other side, and Surreal just stuck as he wants to might crab peek this, but look at this angle that Surreal has.
This is interesting.
This could really suck for. Oh, he spots the knee. He just spots the leg, and he actually goes down. And now Surreal able to get away, saving that off. But looking at the economy here on complexity, it's gonna be really awkward. 1900, 1850.
Yeah, I guess.
And you've got actually there's no surplus for Team Rogue, so they've been getting hit, but they're still winning rounds.
Yep.
But I don't know.
So the call for complexity here is to even out their economy, pistols, utility across the board. As you mentioned, Rogues, they've been tapping their funds as they're unable to keep enough members alive to keep that surplus going as Rogue now. And an interesting decision as Cadian is back on the op for this round, as after we saw HS just get shut down with it. But they did win that round, so it's an interesting decision that they are swapping back and forth at this point.
Ooh, I haven't seen a smoke like this.
But don't count Surreal out.
Oh, it's actually a pretty interesting connector smoke. I like that. I've seen so many different ways to throw that because the skybox allows you to, towards that middle, right? So very interesting. Molotov to clear out. Pop flash goes for Tensky as he makes his way into connector. Glaze to watch for a trade, and now Glaze needs to clear to the catwalk. But Dav in the window. Tensky set up with Uber on the other side. And so far, all 10 players up, 50 seconds to go, and Surreal with the AWP. Tensky patiently waiting as Uber sees his OP. And he's gonna find that kill, and Android finds another pistol kill onto Maniac, and this is looking like a complexity round as they pick up a gun. For Uber.
Yeah, and Glaze only able to get one to trade it out. Get right position. Uber's going to find another one, HS. And now Cadian left licking the wounds, wondering, yo,
let's go back to that
what
point. Cadian, we've seen him have the bomb going into A site.
Yes.
This time he still had the bomb as well, as his teammates try to get picks.
I feel like he likes to be the center of attention. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that as an IGL standpoint. And he likes to be having it on him possibly to be the queen on the chessboard type of feel, where he can allow to move his pawns, aka his teammates, around and position around him, and if
he can work the other
picks,
and
if he gets a pick, then he's like, all right, drop bomb. I'm gonna keep holding this angle. You guys go ahead and push forward. And complexity though, 4 rounds on the board so far. Rogue with 5, and it looks like this is a nice Rogue. this is a Rogue that went back to the drawing board on this map, and granted, not against the Beast of C9. More of the mild beast, kind of like a dog to a pit bull, I guess is a fair comparison. A puppy to a very scary dog.
Yes.
Dogs are scary.
But regardless, though, complexity, they're still managing to keep it very close.
Yeah.
But regardless, Rogue gonna make their way into the A side, and Surreal's gonna shut it down, and Def is here to hold his hand. Surreal finds 2 frags, and so far it's down to 2. Make that a 1v5, and Surreal finds another frag, making it 3 frags for him. And Maniac, what can you pull off with this Tech 9?
He's got time to work with, but to find 5, or just get the bomb out of there, it's not looking too hot. Gonna be able to find Def.
Oh no!
And even Maniac can't even connect with that, as Def's just gonna shut him down. So complexity answering right back, 5-5. And this is a CT-sided map currently, just by a little bit. It's hard to pinpoint currently, as complexity, though, looking strong. Double ops are firmly in play now, as they have built up their own economy to the point where they're able to get a double op on Ape as well as Surreal. But the side of Rogue, we're finally going to see just a pistol save coming out.
Yep, and finally, yeah, like you said, their economy's really broken. Like I said, the trades happen back and forth. Even the rounds that they win, they get whittled down, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 to 3 players, maybe 2 to 1 players that survive,
Yeah.
but they're actually going to make their way towards the Avs. But keep in mind, it's Def that's actually towards TV as he flanks behind, but I don't know if he has an idea, but
Oh, he does now.
the infruition as he looks to, he spots one, and that's going to bring his attention. That's unfortunate because the rest of, the treasures towards the B side.
Oh, look at him.
Goodness.
He's playing the smart
He's
too.
like, where's your,
Where's
is there
your
anyone
teammates,
else?
man? Oh,
Okay.
it's a fake. All right, it's a fake. It's a fake now. Thanks, man. Thanks for that info.
But no rotates just yet. Keep in mind, there's still 3 players in complexity, and finally we're going to see a rotate from Surreal with his op. So he's going to make his way to market. Here we go. Android holding down mouse one. He's not going to be able to get those kills. The Surreal's going to find one, and Abe's going to find another. Denies the bomb planter. They need to shut that down, but keep in mind, Team Rogue technically won that round because they got the bomb down.
And it's surprising me that still was allowed to happen.
Yeah,
especially after he found just one player. And he took his time. He's like, all right, I only see one. I'm gonna look left to right one more time just to make sure. I'm surprised the rotations. He's like there could have been one Palace, but at that point you just leave one teammate there and pull everyone else out. But regardless, Rogue get bomb plant and a strong buy this round. No op and Cadian. But he hasn't been really firing on all cylinders with it, so I like this AKA possibly just aggression coming up from Rogue, and they're going to be challenging top mid, and so is Complexity.
Once they have the momentum, they could make this happen. It's a duo towards the mid as they're actually going to back off, and Def pretty set up. He's going to be followed by Ape towards the window with the AWP as Tensky trying to hold this off. The bomb on the back of Cadian. No op for Team Rogue, though. They're going to blow up towards the mid side, and Maniac to the left or to the right?
To the left, to the left.
That's what I literally wanted to say that, but he wasn't to the left, right? But Android will find HS as Maniac actually finds Android with that trade, so does his job, and he's actually going to open up this B site.
That's exactly what's going to happen. And again, this is where Rogue's strategy of leaving bomb top mid comes back to bite them. They're going to have 3 members walking up con. Plus, they have rotated 2 members. They're going to shut down Maniac towards the B site. So now, Complexity know what's happening. And there's one player sandwich to shut this down. That's going to be Uber. He's going to be able to find Glaze. What else can he do? That's nothing else to happen as Tensky drops him.
Tensky needs to be careful.
Look at Tensky.
There's 2 ops now in the hands of Complexity. As you know, Ape did shut down Maniac with that nade, but regardless, 2v2 situation. AK's in the hands of Team Rogue and dual op. If only they knew if he was behind triple. But regardless, KD and Tensky as they look to hold out this bomb site.
Yeah, there's so many spots to clear for the boys in Complexity. Pistol's out, Abe unable to get anything done, and there's Tensky from CT. And that's just such a hard retake, as you mentioned. Just 2 ops trying to retake a site, especially a site like A. They can be at so many places. And when just running up with pistols, it's hard for them to get that done. And now you're going to see the op finally back in the hands of Katie, and that's good for him. Complexity, though, money on their side, and Surreal's going to get an op.
Yeah, so 6-6 is your current scoreline. Cadian with the op once again. Finally, no bomb as Glace is going to be having the bomb as well. Cadian's actually got to throw, I believe, I don't know what smoke this is. I'm a pleb, guys.
DMG.
Honestly, we didn't get to see where that smoke goes, but regardless, Android at a good spot as he actually finds one. He finds some more. Uber's going to find one as well on the other side as trades happen back and forth. And so far, it's equalized out to 3v3 as Uber right behind, and HS is going to be completely blinded as he bounces back and forth through that Molotov. And Uber trying to press the issue as his teammates coming through market as he finds that kill to HS, and HS actually trades him out with 1Gs in the chat, right? So now Tensky, followed by Maniac, it's a down to 2v2 situation, and oh my goodness, Def! Okay.
I won't question that one.
Well, Maniac, the bomb is planted for Cat, and so far, Surreal's probably going to read this because he's checking Van. Maniac has the bomb ticks away. There's no smoke. And Def's going to swat out, but Surreal, you have an op. He's going to drop a Molotov, and he peeks wide, and Surreal's going to find that trade. Actually had an op. Switches for the M4 off Android. Pretty sure.
Yeah, and if he would have missed that shot with the op, if he did stick with it, that would have become even more of a sticky situation.
Yes.
But to remember also, Maniac had a molly behind him, so that would have been a really weird situation.
Yeah.
As Bomb, it would have been able to just keep taking down, but now we're going to see Complexity finally solidifying this lead up to 7-6. Rogue, as it is round number 14, going to be actually investing into this one, and it felt like it was a weird team decision as one player bought, the next player's like, yo, are we really buying?
Yeah.
Are we really doing this? And it's an interesting decision, really.
That's actually weird. You're right. But regardless, we're going to see probably Team Rogue wind it down, as he did find 6 rounds on this T side, right? That's pretty comfortable. Anything more is going to be icing on the cake for them.
A yummy cake.
Yep, and HS though, you have the bomb. You don't need to peek this. As he checks and clears the apartments. Oh, but look, C-side.
Oh, they switched it up. This is the answer.
The only person with a decent rifle, has only 1 smoke as his siblings towards the T side.
Yeah, and so I think this is just going to be a straight up A fake getting thrown by Rogue, and it actually took 4 members of Rogue to be towards that side, and as soon as those smokes dissipate, they're already the smokes are going to be dissipated, and Rogue are going to be towards B. So if too much time goes by, this is not going to be looking good for Rogue.
Oh, but now finally the utility goes right into the A site. And Maniac got jump from Molotov towards jungle, but Cadian making his way, and Abe's gonna shut that down. But actually Dev helps him out from connector.
Brother.
And now, so far this broken buy that I'm not too sure of is not paying off, as HS was the only one with a decent rifle as he goes down and drops the bomb deep inside, and Tensky's gonna go down from the market player. That's gonna be Uber. And now all by himself is gonna be Maniac.
Yeah,
so
250 in complexity. Really turning it up later on in this half, and just the switch up, getting used to how Rogue's playing this map is just slow, methodical, and Complexity's answer to this is just straight up, we're gonna just put ourselves in better trade positions than you. We're not gonna give you too much map control anymore, as they've been challenging top mid, finding these opening picks and trades. Apes come up huge lately in these few rounds, and if we do take a look at the scoreboard, you're gonna see 10 kills on HS, pretty much close on the side of Rogue, and Complexity's kill distribution was pretty close as well.
Yeah, and so far, Ape and Surreal, they've got a pretty good arsenal. They have full utility and 2 ops. So Complexity looking to find the last round in this first half, ladies and gentlemen. Already going to start off Cadian going right down, but Tensky with the trade onto death. So honestly, this could still go either way, but regardless, the firepower on the Complexity side, they just need to back off, need to filter these guys into them. Or actually maybe pick some long-range battles, but regardless.
Look how spread thin the boys on Rogue are. And again, the running back and getting the bomb is going to hurt them more than it's going to help them.
Okay.
That was...
My heart
Uber almost
missed
a beat
up
for a second there, but Uber is going to recover. Shout out to the Toronto native as Tensky and HS forced to run back and get the bomb as Tensky gets an M4.
Okay.
M4. Nice shot onto Uber. Surreal needs to come up huge now as he's the only one towards the A site for Complexity.
Yeah, Surreal just needs to back off as HS looking to peek it. Needs to be careful though, but Ape is there to hold his hand, and Android's gonna find the last kill, making it 9-6. And honestly, pretty decent half, but I want to say it's textbook, but more in favor of Team Rogue as they find 6 rounds on the T side, right?
Yeah, that was a really nice half from both teams. You saw Rogue early on finding themselves after Complexity's got the initial pistol round, they got the next round following that, and then actually Rogue comes out with that kind of interesting AK buy with a little less utility, catches Complexity off guard, and actually they're able to take that round. And from there on, it was kind of Rogue for that center portion of that half. And Complexity out of nowhere, you can take a look, the bomb got planted a fair amount of times, all things considered, on this map. And Complexity, just the change in what they were doing to hold off against this extremely passive late execution style of Rogue was hang on to that utility for a bit longer, play more trade positions, don't solo peek as much as they were towards that beginning of that game, and Complexity just able to bring it back. You're going to see the Rogue guys just hanging out there waiting. Uber, I believe, he did just run to the bathroom, so he will be back in a moment. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but I just love, you guys don't want to look at us. There's something just beautiful about watching players during halftime, because what's going through their minds? You know, you're thinking like, what are they talking about? What are they saying? You can see there's, I believe that is Cadian, correct?
No, Cadian's going to be this guy.
He's the guy to the left, yeah. So they're just talking things through and seeing what they want to do on their own CT side, probably. And there we go.
Yeah, that's Cadian.
Yes.
Nice guy.
What's his story? Do you know much about what he's done?
Honestly, I said before, I don't follow EUCS. If you want to know more about EUCS, you talk to Launders. As you'll be able to cover that. But regardless, though, Team Rogue looking to a decent start. Also a decent start for Complexity as well. 9-6 is pretty much an even half, and so far.
Yeah, they got to be feeling good. Looks like We're just waiting for Uber to run his little Toronto butt back here. So you said you know these complexity guys quite well, would you say? So
yep, indeed.
This is a kind of a newer roster, I suppose you can say. It's been a long time coming since they got a big roster change. 2 guys from England come over, Def and Surreal.
Honestly,
They've been fitting in all right.
And the big guy in the back there with the headset is Warden, just so you guys know. Mike's a cool guy too. Ape there. Like I said, Ape's a friend of Brad. That's Brad. That's, I believe that's Def. I think. That's probably
look
Surreal.
who's back.
And that's going to be Uber.
Oh, there's a Steam. Feel free to add him.
Yeah, so there's no way you guys are going to see that. But
Oh,
regardless,
look who's sitting there. It's our buddy.
Oh, Dust.
It's Dust.
Yes, of course.
So we should be jumping right back in this. And as you were mentioning, Warden, kind of like the dad figure, I feel, for this complexity team. A bunch of youngins, and he's kind of like that rock. Every team seems to have a rock that they rely on and kind of like voice their opinions and frustrations to.
I mean, Warden's been around for quite a very long time for complexity. There are some bad things about him, some good things about him that recently, you know, the community likes to talk about, but we're not going to get into that.
We won't do that.
But Warden, you know, he does put in the work. This is his job. You know, he's going to fully get into it. And hello.
Hello from the bird's eye view.
Yes, so, you know, the crowd in the background, not for us, of course.
No,
But,
they're here for the main stage. Kind of feels bad, but
So guys, just to recap, we're here at Northern Arena, land final in Toronto at the Metro Toronto Convention Center.
you can squeeze that one
I
out.
get cut off. Regardless, though, we're getting into the second half, and it's going to be complexity now on the T side and Team Rogue on the favored CT side.
They are, and you're going to see Maniac do the typical Surreal start as it was on when they were on their CT side. You're going to see Maniac get a kit in the smoke. And on the side of complexity, you're going to see a good chunk of utility coming out as they are going to try to gain top mid control and against USPs. They got to be feeling pretty confident. There's that smoke again that is going to get thrown. And complexity looking to split here towards A as they have a lurker and Android, though, towards the apartments. Pensky is just sitting there. He just didn't want to move.
Yeah, that smoke earlier was actually for jungle. Keep in mind, it wasn't for connector, but it's actually going to give Ape some time to work it, as he is going to be towards Palace, and Android trying to work his way towards apps as well. And see, actually, oh no, you're right. It's actually for connector. There's so many different ways to throw it. I did not know, but it was a different way.
It was different than theirs, yeah.
The way it was arced, I thought it was for jungle. But regardless, still 5 players on 14 Rogue.
This is such a weird pistol round.
Yeah, indeed. As Ape will finally find a kill on the Tensky and equalized out as 50 seconds to go. And Uber with the burst jump is going to find that kill. And so far, Android going to find Gadian, and now left the Glace and Maniac. And they're just going to struggle to hold on to this CT side, as the A side is going to get planted very soon. But Glaze turns it around, finding Ape and Uber, but Android finally finds Maniac. They know where the last player is. The bomb's going to go down, and Android's going to cover the backside. But Surreal. But Android finds the kill, and they're just like eccentric with energy right now. They're pumped up, and they find a very important pistol round. It's 9-6. Now it's 10-6. It's going to snowball into 2 more rounds possibly, unless
unless we see the EU pistols.
Yes.
Well, unless we see something crazy coming up from Rogue, which I wouldn't count these guys out. Glace having a great game again. Tensky and Glace, 12 on Tensky, 10 on Glace frag-wise. Good game coming up from them so far. They need to still get more. The whole team needs to start firing as complexity. There's not a one weak point right now in complexity. They're just firing on all cylinders. The chemistry's mixing well. And now with these SMGs and a couple rifles in their hands, they're going to be looking to pick up this round as well.
Yep, indeed. And Mac 10 for Def as he clears out the B side, and it's freely open here. And no CT to contest them, as the closest one's going to be Glace here, who's actually towards the ladder room. But this stack on A did not work in their favor, as the bomb's going to go down, as everything's been cleared up, and now Complexity are setting up.
Yeah, you're going to see Def here towards Market. And he's just going to be holding for any push coming out from Rogue.
Look at this,
not a member down from Rogue yet. Yeah,
Uber with
catching these rotations.
The lurk, and he spots Maniac, but there's a family of 4, and they're going to come right in. And Uber, can he hold this off? Finds 2. Can he get the third? Switches to his Glock, 9 HP. He finds the third kill. Oh my goodness!
My Uber.
What? Uber! He gets 4 eco frags, but regardless, he had 9 HP.
They were armored eco frags as well, so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's.
So.
You heard Uber there screaming. A little more of a quiet guy when it comes to.
He's very timid.
Yeah, but
he's a nice guy.
He starts feeling
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna let you know.
Yep. So we're gonna throw the quick mid smoke and actually gonna probably actually set up for himself as he looks to cross, spending pretty much almost all his utility. And Def looking to, oh my goodness though, Def, you're gonna clear a bee's nest. As he checks it, finds Glaze, and he actually spots one towards, okay, Def, already finding 2, looking for a 3rd as he has a Glock right out. Maniac trying to jiggle peek that, he has 2 HP, but Android's gonna come in to hold his hand as he finds Cadian, followed by Maniac. And now all down to Tensky.
Yeah, and there's Android to find
3
his
frags.
3rd, yeah, and Def to lead that charge with his Mac 10. Money in the bank for him, and Android just going to be there for supporting the support role, coming out late from Palace. Great round coming out from Complexity. Now, it gets a little weird here, as not enough money for KD to get himself an op. No head armor across the board for Rogue, as they will be just investing in that little more pieces of utility. And Complexity, look at the money already, 5,600 on Ape, 7,200 on Android already, and this is early on into the half. And Rogue, this is one of these rounds where they cannot afford to lose.
Yep, indeed. So, pretty decent arsenal for both teams. Uber still with the Galil. And you've mentioned this before, Uber actually always goes for the Galil quite often.
I don't know if it's a money thing or he just genuinely loves it.
Yeah, that extra 5 bullets, right? So, we're going to see it's trade off as Tensky and Def do go down. And the bomb's actually back towards the A ramp as it is going to be picked up by Android. And 8 going to set up, but it's going to be up to Uber here to really set this up as he finds Connector and he's going to get shut down by Glaze. And actually, Glaze actually found him from the ladder room, keep in mind. He was arched up, and that's where he found that kill. But Android is going to be followed by Ape.
Oh, and HS isn't careful. That is going to be a molly towards triple, forcing him out of position. Nice support coming up from Cadian, and interesting decision from HS to run through the fire.
And it hurts.
It hurts.
It burns, but I'm going to jump out to die too.
And he gets shut down, and what a shot there from Android to find Glaze. Cadian will be able to find him out of bullets. Is surreal, and Rogue will answer back. This was a must-win for them. Otherwise, the economy would have been in a really worse state. Complexity still looking really good with the money. We might see an op get bought on the side of Complexity, but I feel like they're feeling really good with these entries of the AKs, gaining mid-control. And I think they just need an execution. It's going to just pick apart this spread-thin, weird buy from Rogue.
Yeah, Cadian, you know, not be able to have an op for quite some time. You know, he's got a UMP. He needs to farm up 600 a kill with an SMG, right? So, we're going to see Complexity. No smokes being spent as they walk their way in. Anyone? Utility?
This is interesting.
This is, you're right. Honestly, if they saw the utility, they would react to it, right? But now they're just going to walk their way in as they inch their way closer. It's going to be a lot easier as they now dump their utility, clearing out the CT side. Flash comes in, and Uber is going to force the issue with the bomb as they spray through towards jungle. Very awkward stuff, and all 10 players up, and we have the bomb down.
Yeah, it's been a few rounds since Complexity been able to say that. And they are going to be a post-plant 5v5, and you don't see this too often. Typically, there's opening frags, so they just give up and play retake A as Rogue. Surreal getting tagged down to 15. Spam coming down from jungle, and this is going to be just a slaughter. And that's the opening frag now for Complexity. Android looking to get more done. Burns alive, but Surreal will get one before he gets traded out. Android unable to find HS, and it's all on Uber and Ape.
Yep, and so far, Ape going to be the last one, but it is going to be planted for him. But I don't know if the bomb's actually, it was going to be shifted, but where was Ape?
I feel like he was ramp, and then as soon as they felt confident in a 5v5, he started the rotation. And I think at one point he actually doubled back, and then they told him, no, keep going. And they put on back his runners, because they were in there for at least a good 20 seconds.
Damn, that sucks. But regardless, 12-8. As Team Rogue bounced back, but still a 4-round gap.
Yeah.
Right, so maybe this time they'll spend utility.
Hopefully. And both of these teams' economies is just, no one really has the upper hand so far. It started off Complexity building up a good bank, and they're going to invest it all into this round. Rogue, they're winning these rounds, but again, one or two staying alive, unable to get the economy going in themselves. you're going to see complexity here set up towards A, one lurker towards the apartments.
Now I'd like to mention something. Maniac has a P90.
Yes.
Now, quite often towards, how the game pans out, you usually see the P90 towards the early stages of the, the game, right? But right now, Maniac, I believe he's sitting like 8-16 or something like that, or so.
His name's justified.
Maybe a little tilted, who knows? But the P90 buy as HS might be able to shut down Realize he just has his knife out. So that's awkward, getting punched in the face, and now Tensky able to make a play as Android is going to shut down Tensky, but I think they realize there's still another player because that's not the same player who killed your teammate. And it's equalized out to a 4v4, and Ape unsuccessful onto Cadian. Cadian making the way towards CT.
Yeah, now it's a 3 members of complexity against 4 of Rogue. Molly's going to be coming in from Rogue to clear this position. Android has to worry about the flank with Def, and they will take care of that. 2 coming in from CT. Nice shot there from Cadian. What can Uber do? He's going to be able to find 1. He needs to get the second of Cadian.
Jumping AK.
We've seen him do it with the Glock.
But
he actually...
Oh my goodness.
No.
If he... Oh. And it's good. Honestly, if he did not Cadian...
Look at the health.
I think they didn't make the call because Uber finds a kill at the triple.
Yeah.
And Cadian makes his way through. Takes some damage from... I don't know who the other player was. I think it was Android?
Yeah, he was playing ramp, and he needed support, and Uber's probably calling, hey man, they're pushing me side, I need assistance stat. But in Android, when he went to help Uber, there was a player already at Tetra staring him down in the face, so hard for them to set up, especially considering it's playing behind default, so a weird spot for Android to go. Yeah,
so Team Rogue capitalizing on the 2v2 situation, and finally getting that bomb defused to the millisecond. But regardless, money, like you said, has been depleted on the complexity side. It's going to be a do or die buy. 2 Tech 9s followed by a lot of utility. So looks like they're going to try A site once again.
Yeah.
So far.
Okay, that is Android towards top mid as well. I think his goal as soon as his push comes down from complexity is going to be to try and shut down this catwalk rotator that might try to come through. And they are just holding, waiting for Rogue to dispense all their utility, and only a smoke and a molly left on Rogue to shut this down as well. Some flashes, and Uber's going to open up towards the site. Can he get something else done? Is complexity looking to take this site by storm?
Yes, indeed. Pop boxes come through, and HS towards triple, and you can hear these players call it out, and Def's going to clear that. But there's a gap in that smoke, but no one's going to actually spot that. Ape actually pre-fires through that. But 3 players up for Team Rogue, and it's going to be a retake situation as Android spots Maniac, and he's going to go down. But from window, okay, Android's just nuts. He's oh my goodness, Android. Jeez. Why would they even challenge this guy?
Yo, that's tilde disconnect. I'm out, dude.
Yeah. So this, he's already leading with 24 frags, but Uber as well with 20. And so far, pretty good. No, it's 13-9 for complexity.
Finally.
Look at that. Eco for Team Rogue. So
they've been having rifles for this whole half too. Yeah, it's been crazy.
And just so you guys know, this is a recap. This is going to be a best of 3. The next map is going to be Cash. And if it may need to, the decider will be Overpass. And of course, whoever loses this game will be knocked out. And Android already starting it off, finding 2 frags onto Cadian and HS. And this is not looking good for Team Rogue as they just had 3 with the USPs.
Yeah, Android's feeling really motivated. His parents are actually sitting right behind him. His dad, biggest supporter of him.
Yeah.
I think he has more Android shirts than than Android does himself.
Yeah.
And minute 10 on the clock, and just Rogue going to be going for something a little interesting here.
Oh, Ape.
Yeah.
Harambe's like, dude, get out of there, dude. There's 3 of them coming from T-spawn.
Yeah, just silence USPs, and yeah, I guess that's a good read from Ape. As the biggest bomb site's given up without any contest, so they know something a little funky's coming on, and uh-oh.
Intensky. I think Glace is looking to make his way up, but this is such an awkward situation for Team Rogue. Like, they're looking for exits. They're thinking, okay, a complexity's going to make their way to Hunt, but Ape, you don't need to go by yourself.
No.
So Ape just watching this side here. He's going to be joined by 2, Def and Android.
They want to exit here, too. They're thinking about it.
Yeah, they actually have a really good idea that they could be out there.
Not going to test it.
Yeah, so 14-9 as they look for match point. Complexity sitting on a good start, but we're going to see a full gun round on Maniac only with a FAMAS. And, okay, UMP for Glaceone. This is not good.
Yeah, lacking utility.
This is literally do or die, because they're going to have to save next round as
Yeah.
well. I mean, they're not going to have too much money next round.
They just don't want to give Complexity match point, which is respectable, but at the same time, you're only going to have one
What?
molly to slow these pushes.
Oh.
Catwalk smoke from Ape. Now that's a good one. It actually bounces off that post too to make it even go deeper into Catwalk. Complexity, they know the economy situation from Rogue might be a little weak. They're going to go for straight up mid-aggression. This is going to be a B split, and Complexity, no brakes on this train.
Yeah, and I think they understand the issue. They know that Team Rogue's going to be pretty tilted right now and trying to play it slow. And Cyril's going to check right, and he's going to find Maniac, and that's going to hurt so much. You're trying to hold out the angle. You're relying on your team, where your teammate dies right away. Then you follow up.
Yeah.
You know, 14-9, and Complexity. Like, look at this. Like, they're playing so well right now. They're playing, and they have 3 players just saving their guns.
Yeah, they're going to be doing that, and it's just great to see Complexity finally getting all 5 firing. You know, sometimes it's just Uber going off, and he needs some more support. It did. They needed to warm up, and I feel like playing last night and actually getting a W under their belt here in a BO3 really made them feel good going forward as A-Stream getting a little hype over there. But it's really good to see Complexity finally getting all 5 on the same page and able to play against a team of Rogue who, granted, have veterans on this team. And
oh my goodness. Thank goodness there's all 4 of them came.
Yeah, all right, let's forget that happened and continue talking them up, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, good.
But they have so much money, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They can all buy autos, they can all just run around and possibly BM this round win. But they still have another map to win if they really want to make this out.
And I believe it's their pick next.
Yeah. It's going to be TSM. Sorry, oh my goodness, why did I say TSM? And complexity pick. I was just thinking, actually passively thinking in my mind about the games yesterday, so.
Crazy games, crazy games.
So once again, even Dust said before, you see FAMAS's, you're gonna see a little bit of NaCl, so a little bit of salt, so you know.
A little salt.
Yeah, that's the scientific name for salt.
Periodic table.
Yeah. Regardless, we're gonna see Complexity just like after the previous round, they completely full speed into B.
Yeah.
Now they're just like, all right, let's chill, dude. Let's milk these dudes.
Let's make them a little more upset.
So more time to contemplate about life on the Team Rogue side, and
I smell paint. That smells delicious.
4, no comment. 4 players gonna make their way into the A side. Complexity, will they find this round as Tensky denies 1? That's gonna be Android, a very star player. Complexity and Uber completely blinded, and he's gonna go down as Surreal finds a trade, and 8th is gonna step up as well. We're down to a 3v3, but it's just 2 UMPs.
Oh no.
This is not looking good, Seaside.
And there's 33 seconds, and smart play from Complexity because Def made the call, went all the way through B. He's lurking, and he said, hey guys, B's empty, rotate out immediately, and Rogue have bitten the bullet completely. They are full in on this A take. Complexity are able to rotate out for free, and Rogue have to have this in the back of the line now. This is a possibility, and Def, such a strong position. He's just going to be able to trade effectively.
Dude, Complexity really needs to get this bomb up, but Def is going to beat the booty, but regardless, it's going to be equalized out in this 6 seconds. He only needs 4 seconds.
That was close, though. That was close.
So bomb down, post-plant positions, Ape, followed by Surreal. Can they pull this off for Complexity as Team Rogue on the verge of defeat on the first map? And honestly, they're going to make their way from the market side as Surreal set up for the get-right position, and Molotov can close off one side, and Cadian's like, nope.
Yeah, I'll take the window.
And they bounce back with one themselves. An 8 perfect angle finds one, but he switches towards the apps, and they call it out. And it's going to be good.
They've done it. Complexity have done what some would call the impossible. And it's good, as I mentioned, we talked about briefly, all 5 members turning up tonight. They must have had a meeting. Yeah. They were in here way early practicing. And they got to be feeling good getting map 1 over Rogue. Map 2 going to be Cash, which is their pick. So it feels great not only to get a W under your belt after winning last night, it feels great to get the first map on Rogue on their pick. So now, over to Cash, seemingly a Complexity map. Complexity are looking in an extremely strong position to take Rogue, and that would be an upset completely.